Does this sound familiar? You've had a productive day, but as evening approaches, a familiar heaviness begins to creep into your legs. It's a dense, tired feeling, almost as if you're dragging around small weights on your ankles. Your shoes, which fit perfectly this morning, suddenly feel tight and constricting. You might even find yourself turning down an evening stroll with your spouse, or deciding against that last bit of gardening, because the thought of being on your feet any longer is just too much. For so many of us, the immediate conclusion is, well, this is just part of getting older. It's my circulation. We accept it as an unavoidable reality of aging, a sign that our bodies are slowing down. But what if that common assumption, the one we've all been told to accept, isn't the complete story? What if it's not just about age, but about a specific daily habit? Think about what happens after your main meal of the day, usually dinner. You've cooked, you've eaten, and now it's time for a well-deserved rest. The natural instinct is to head straight for your favorite chair, that comfortable recliner, or the softest spot on the couch. You kick your feet up, breathe a sigh of relief, and settle in to watch TV or read a book. It feels like the most sensible thing in the world. You're resting your body, you're elevating your legs, you're doing exactly what you believe you should be doing to combat that end-of-day fatigue. But here's the paradox that might just change everything for you. What if I told you that this daily ritual of post-meal rest, this very habit that feels so restorative, is one of the biggest hidden culprits behind why your legs feel so heavy, swollen, and achy every single night? Over my years of focusing on the science of healthy aging, I've seen this exact pattern play out time and time again. It's one of the most common and frustrating complaints I hear from people over 60, and it often comes with a deep sense of resignation. Please hear me when I say this. That heavy, tired feeling in your legs is not a personal failure. It is not a sign that your body is broken or that you are destined to lose your mobility. It is simply the result of a mismatch between our modern habits and our body's timeless mechanics. Our bodies are incredibly resilient, but as we age, they become less forgiving of certain routines. The systems that once worked automatically now require a little more conscious support from us. What you're experiencing is not a breakdown, but a signal that your body is asking for a small, simple change in your daily rhythm. That's why I wanted to make this video. I want to pull back the curtain and show you the simple, mechanical reason behind this common problem. In the next few minutes, we are going to uncover the invisible mistake that millions of people make every single day, thinking they're helping their bodies when they might actually be hindering them. I will explain the fascinating yet simple system inside your legs that's designed to keep your circulation moving effortlessly against gravity, and why our most common way of relaxing accidentally shuts it down. Most importantly, I'm going to share a remarkably simple adjustment to your daily routine. It's not a strenuous workout or a complicated diet. It's a gentle 5-minute tweak that can reactivate your body's natural design and help you feel a noticeable difference in how light and energetic your legs feel by the end of the day. I truly believe this is one of those small pieces of knowledge that can have a huge impact on your quality of life. And it's a conversation we should all be having. If that feeling of heavy legs at the end of the day resonates with you, I would be so grateful if you would take a moment to write a simple yes in the comments below. It helps me understand what you're going through and ensures I'm creating content that truly serves you. And if you're ready to learn this simple secret to feeling lighter on your feet, please consider subscribing to the channel and clicking the like button. It's a wonderful way to support this community. Now, let's get to the heart of it. Let's explore the brilliant second heart hidden in your legs and why your post-dinner routine might be putting it to sleep. To understand what's really happening, we first need to appreciate the incredible design of our own bodies. Our circulatory system is a masterpiece of engineering. but it faces one constant, undeniable challenge every single day: gravity. Your heart does a phenomenal job pumping oxygen-rich blood down to your toes, but getting all of that blood back up to the heart is a much tougher journey. It's an uphill battle, literally. As we age, the tiny valves in our veins and the elasticity of the vessel walls can become slightly less efficient, making this return trip even more demanding. This is why our bodies evolved a brilliant secondary system to help out. A powerful, active support crew located right where we need it most. Many people are surprised when I tell them they have what I like to call a second heart, hidden within their own legs, waiting to be activated. This second heart isn't a single organ, but rather a dynamic mechanical system known as the calf muscle pump. It's an incredibly simple yet profoundly effective mechanism. Deep within your lower legs, major veins are nestled between your powerful calf muscles. Every time you take a step, flex your foot, or even stand on your tiptoes, these muscles contract. This contraction acts like a powerful squeeze, compressing the veins and pushing the blood within them upward, section by section, toward your heart. Tiny one-way valves inside these veins prevent the blood from flowing backward, ensuring its steady upward journey. It's a beautifully simple pump that uses the power of your own movement to defy gravity and maintain healthy circulation, keeping fluid from pooling around your ankles and feet where it doesn't belong. Let's use an analogy to make this even clearer. Imagine your calf muscles are like a large, dense sponge, and the veins running through them are the channels within that sponge. When you walk, each step is like giving that sponge a firm squeeze. This action pushes the old, stagnant liquid, in this case, deoxygenated blood and metabolic waste, up and out, making room for fresh, clean liquid to flow in. It's a continuous cycle of squeeze and release, pump and refill, that keeps everything circulating beautifully. But what happens when you stop squeezing the sponge? If you let it sit for a prolonged period, the liquid naturally settles at the bottom, pulled down by gravity. The sponge becomes heavy, waterlogged, and saturated. This is precisely what happens in your lower legs when they remain inactive for too long. Now, let's add the element of age into this equation, not as a sentence of decline, but as a simple change in operating conditions. As we move past 60 and beyond, two natural shifts can occur. First, the walls of our veins may lose some of their youthful elasticity, meaning they don't snap back as crisply as they once did. Second, most of us experience some degree of age-related muscle loss, a process called sarcopenia. This doesn't mean the system is broken. It simply means that the calf muscle pump becomes even more critical for effective circulation. Our bodies become a little less forgiving of long periods of inactivity. The automatic efficiency of our youth requires a bit more conscious support from us, making the simple act of engaging those calf muscles more important than ever before for our daily comfort and mobility. This brings us to a crucial time of day, right after you finish a main meal. When you eat, your body wisely redirects a significant amount of blood flow and energy to your digestive system. Your stomach and intestines are working hard to break down food and absorb nutrients, and this process demands a lot of resources. This is a perfectly normal and healthy biological response. However, it temporarily creates a state of circulatory vulnerability elsewhere in the body. With so much blood being routed to your core for digestion, there is naturally less circulatory pressure and momentum available for your extremities, particularly your lower legs, which are already fighting that constant battle against the downward pull of gravity. It's a time when your leg circulation needs a little extra help, not less. Here is where we unknowingly create the perfect storm for heavy, tired legs. By settling into a comfortable chair for an hour or more of complete rest immediately after eating, we are combining two powerful biological states. On one hand, the body is in digestion mode, pulling blood flow toward the stomach. On the other hand, by being completely still, we have switched off the calf muscle pump entirely. We've disengaged the very engine designed to send blood back up from the legs. This combination effectively leaves your lower legs at a major disadvantage. The circulatory system, already working with fewer resources in the extremities and facing the challenge of gravity, now has its primary support system taken offline at the most critical moment. The result of this circulatory traffic jam is predictable and physical. With the upward pumping action halted and the veins slightly less resilient than in our youth, blood and other fluids begin to pool in the lower legs, ankles, and feet. This process is called venous stasis. It's not a disease, but a mechanical consequence of inaction. This pooling of fluid is what creates that distinct and uncomfortable sensation of heaviness, as if your legs are made of lead. It's why your ankles may appear swollen and your shoes suddenly feel tight. That achy, dragging feeling isn't some vague symptom of getting older. It is the direct physical result of a brilliant system being temporarily shut down, allowing gravity to win the battle in your lower limbs. Understanding this mechanism is the first and most important step toward feeling better. It shifts the narrative from one of inevitable decline to one of empowered understanding. The heaviness in your legs is not a sign that your body is failing you. On the contrary, it's a logical signal that a key mechanical system, your calf muscle pump, is not being engaged when it is most needed. It's a simple cause and effect relationship that has been overlooked for far too long. The problem isn't your age itself, but rather the mismatch between a modern habit of post-meal inactivity and the timeless needs of your circulatory system. The good news is that because this is a mechanical issue, the solution is also wonderfully mechanical, simple, and entirely within your control. So what is this invisible mistake? It's a habit so deeply ingrained in our culture of rest and reward that it seems completely beyond suspicion. It is the simple, seemingly harmless act of sitting down for an extended period of passive rest immediately after your main meal of the day. Think about it. After dinner, what is the first thing most of us do? We clear the table and then make a beeline for our favorite recliner or the most comfortable spot on the sofa. We kick our feet up, turn on the television, and settle in for an hour or more of complete stillness. It feels like the most logical, well-deserved thing in the world. We see it as a necessary recovery from a busy day, but in reality, we are inadvertently setting the stage for that familiar evening discomfort to take hold in our legs. The problem isn't the rest itself, but the timing. This post-meal window is a uniquely vulnerable period for your circulation. As I mentioned, your body is intelligently diverting a large volume of blood and energy to your digestive tract to process your meal. At this exact moment, when circulatory resources are focused on your core, your lower legs are already at a slight disadvantage. By then sitting completely still, you shut down the calf muscle pump, your second heart, at the precise time it is needed most. You've essentially created a perfect storm. The demand for circulation in your legs is high due to gravity. The available resources are temporarily lower due to digestion, and the primary mechanical system designed to help has been switched completely off. It's a recipe for circulatory gridlock. Now, you might be thinking, but I was always told to put my feet up to help with swelling. And you're not wrong. Elevating your legs can provide some temporary relief by using gravity to help drain the pooled fluid. However, this is a passive and temporary fix. It addresses the symptom, the accumulated fluid, but it does nothing to address the root cause, which is the shutdown of the active pumping mechanism. Relying solely on elevation is like bailing water out of a boat with a small cup instead of fixing the leak. It helps for a moment, but it doesn't solve the underlying mechanical issue. The true, lasting solution isn't just about changing your position, but about gently reactivating the powerful, natural system your body already has in place to prevent that fluid from pooling in the first place. When this circulatory stagnation occurs, the immediate consequences are those all too familiar physical sensations that begin to creep in as the evening progresses. It starts as a subtle fullness in your calves and ankles, which then develops into a distinct feeling of heaviness, as if you're wearing invisible weights. I often hear people describe it as a lead pipe feeling in their legs. Getting up from your chair after an hour of sitting can feel like a major effort, with your legs feeling stiff and unresponsive. This dragging discomfort often gets progressively worse throughout the evening, making you feel tired and sluggish long before it's actually time for bed, effectively cutting your productive and enjoyable hours short and replacing them with a sense of physical limitation. Over time, the effects of this daily habit begin to accumulate, moving from a temporary discomfort to a more chronic issue. When your lower legs experience this pooling of fluid day after day, year after year, it puts sustained pressure on the delicate veins and surrounding tissues. This can contribute to more persistent ankle and foot swelling that doesn't fully resolve overnight. You might also start to notice the appearance of more spider veins, or find that existing varicose veins become more pronounced. In the long term, this state of poor venous return can contribute to what's known as venous insufficiency, a condition where the skin on the lower legs can become thin, discolored, and more fragile, making it more susceptible to injury and slower to heal. Perhaps the most significant consequence, however, is the functional impact this has on your life. The discomfort becomes a deterrent. You start to subconsciously associate the evening, a time that should be for relaxation and connection, with pain and heaviness. This is when you begin to turn down opportunities for joy and activity. You might say no to an evening walk with your spouse, decline an invitation to play with your grandchildren in the yard, or avoid hobbies like gardening or woodworking that require you to be on your feet. This isn't just about physical discomfort. It's about a slow erosion of your confidence in your body's ability to support you, which directly chips away at your precious sense of independence and freedom. The impact on your appearance and daily routine is another tangible consequence that serves as a constant, frustrating reminder of the problem. You may notice that the shoes that fit perfectly in the morning become uncomfortably tight by dinner time, forcing you to loosen them or switch to slippers. The indentation left by the top of your socks can become deeper and last longer. For many, especially during warmer weather, the sight of visibly swollen feet and ankles can be disheartening and affect their choice of clothing or footwear. This isn't just about vanity. It's about the daily struggle of feeling uncomfortable in your own skin and your own clothes, a feeling that can subtly undermine your overall sense of well-being and vitality. What begins as a simple, overlooked habit slowly transforms into a significant barrier to living your life fully. The progression is subtle, but relentless. The immediate discomfort leads to cumulative physical changes, which in turn lead to functional limitations that diminish your world. You start planning your day around your anticipated leg fatigue, avoiding activities rather than embracing them. This cycle can create a low-grade fear of losing mobility, a fear that you are on an unchangeable path toward a more sedentary life. But I want to be very clear. This is not an inevitable decline. It is the logical result of a specific mechanical error. And because we now understand the cause so clearly, we can finally turn our attention to the simple, logical, and incredibly effective solution. The solution is wonderfully simple because it directly addresses the mechanical problem we've just discussed. It's not a grueling workout, a restrictive diet, or an expensive supplement. The single most effective adjustment you can make is to introduce a gentle 5 to 10 minute walk immediately after your main meals, especially lunch and dinner. The purpose of this short stroll is not exercise in the traditional sense. It is pure mechanical activation. You are simply flipping the switch back on for your calf muscle pump. By taking a few easy steps, you are re-engaging those powerful leg muscles, giving them the signal to start their gentle squeezing action. This immediately gets that stagnant fluid moving upward, preventing it from ever pooling in the first place. It's a small, proactive reset that honors your body's natural design and puts that brilliant second heart back to work right when it is needed most. Let me be very clear about what this walk looks like, because its simplicity is its power. This is not a power walk or a race against the clock. It is a slow, leisurely stroll. You could walk to the end of your driveway and back, take a single lap around your block, or even just walk a few circuits around your living room and kitchen while the TV commercials are on. The intensity should be low enough that you could easily carry on a conversation. The goal is simply movement, gentle, rhythmic contraction of your calf muscles. The key is to avoid sinking into that chair for more than 30 minutes of complete stillness right after you eat. By simply breaking up that long period of inactivity with a few minutes of light movement, you provide the necessary momentum to keep your circulation flowing smoothly from your feet back to your heart. The timing and consistency of this new habit are what make it so transformative. By making this gentle walk a non-negotiable part of your routine after your 2 largest meals each day, you are intervening at the most strategic moments. You are providing circulatory support precisely when your body is diverting its resources to digestion, effectively preventing the traffic jam before it can even begin. Think of it as a new ritual, a quiet moment for yourself after eating that serves a powerful purpose. It's not another task to add to your to-do list, but rather a simple act of partnership with your body. By consistently applying this gentle stimulus, you are re-educating your system and reinforcing a healthier circulatory pattern day after day, helping your body maintain its natural rhythm and flow with greater ease and efficiency as you move through your evening hours. You may be wondering how quickly you might notice a difference, and the answer is often sooner than you think. Because this is a direct mechanical fix, many people report feeling a noticeable difference in as little as 1 to 2 weeks of consistent practice. The real-world win isn't just a vague sense of feeling better. It's tangible. It's the experience of getting to the end of the day and realizing your ankles aren't swollen. It's being able to slip your shoes on and off with ease in the evening. It's having the energy and confidence to say yes to that after-dinner walk with your family, or to spend a little extra time in your garden. This is about reclaiming those precious evening hours that were once stolen by discomfort, and replacing that feeling of heaviness with a newfound sense of lightness and capability in your own 2 legs. I hope you can see now that this feeling of heavy, tired legs is not a life sentence. It is not an inevitable consequence of the number of birthdays you've celebrated. It is simply the logical outcome of a small, modern habit that works against our body's timeless design. By understanding the role of your calf muscle pump, that incredible second heart, you move from a place of frustration to a place of empowerment. You now know that when your legs feel heavy, it's not that your body is failing. It's that the sponge has been left to sit, becoming waterlogged. The solution, then, isn't some complicated medical procedure, but the simple, intuitive act of giving that sponge a gentle squeeze. This knowledge puts you back in control, allowing you to become an active, intelligent partner in your own well-being. Please, never let yourself believe that it is too late to make a positive change. One of the most beautiful truths about the human body is its remarkable capacity to respond, to adapt, and to heal at any age. Your body's brilliant internal systems, like the calf muscle pump, do not simply vanish after 60 or 70. They may become a little less efficient on their own, but they are always there, waiting to be reactivated. They are waiting for you to provide the right signals. A small, intelligent adjustment to your daily routine can send a powerful message of support throughout your entire system, encouraging it to function more optimally. You are not fighting against a failing body. You are simply learning a new way to work in harmony with the incredible resilience that still resides within you. Ultimately, this is about so much more than just relieving discomfort in your legs. It's about restoring your confidence, preserving your independence, and protecting your freedom to live a full and active life on your own terms. It's about ensuring that your body remains a reliable vehicle for your passions, your relationships, and your joy. Understanding how your body works and how to support it with simple, daily habits is one of the most powerful tools you can possess. You have the knowledge now. You understand the mechanism, you see the error, and you hold the key to the solution. You are in the driver's seat, fully capable of making small changes that lead to a profound difference in how you feel every single day.